Hey, what's up, Rumblers? It's the Tan Man,
Hello, Tan Man.
and welcome to another dungeon playthrough. This week we have Gnomeregan. Happens to be a beast week. A little bit problematic for our buddy Murkai here, especially the second stage. We'll see why. But the footage you're gonna watch is from our level 19 run. We used the exact same lineup for our level 20 run, which is this one here. We got the Quill Boar, Prowler, Earth Elemental, our Raptors, Griffin Rider, Whelp Eggs. You're gonna see the level 19 playthrough, but you can use the same strategies for level 20. We have new relics this week with the recent patch. They're pretty cool. Up until now, I have not seen the big candle. I think they took that one out. I think it was too overpowered. But the relics that they've added into the game gave it a fresh, I guess, take on the strategies that you're going to employ in the dungeons going forward. So we'll take a look at some of those new relics today as well. Enjoy the video, guys, and we'll see you soon. Alright, guys, we're in a new dungeon run. We got new relics this week. Again, we haven't seen the candle, but these seem pretty cool. We're going to be picking Unstable Concoction because we spawn a lot of units and it's pretty good chance that the enemies are going to be poisoned. So this is the first boss, the Pummeler. Really, I guess, bad for melee because the boss just knocks him away. But fortunately, with Murkai, we're going to be spawning a lot of tidecallers and lacing the boss with spears. For this boss, we're just basically swarm him to death. The split push that Murkai provides is pretty helpful. And for this particular stage, the boss does like to use safe pilots to snipe those shields that spawn on the left and right side of the map. So it's helpful to have units like the Quill Boar to steal those shields when possible, because a safe pilot with a shield is very annoying. Right here, we're just waiting for full gold and going to send a slew of units. We spawn our slower units, like the Earth Elemental, closer to the front so that by the time he reaches the boss, our tidecallers and the rest of our forces can join him. So as you can see, like, it's very annoying for melee, and the melee are really just there to distract, to get the boss to spin up because he's stationary at that point, and that lets all our other units just burn him down. So piece of cake, easy victory. The second boss is going to be a challenge, and you'll see why. So we're gonna let our squad minis gain stealth, and that's gonna help us huge on this particular fight. But the thing with the Murkai is that all of the tidecallers that spawn from his leader talent just go straight up the middle. So they're not gonna help us out on the towers at all, unfortunately. But this is where the Earth Elemental is absolutely crucial. These towers on the left and right do AoE damage, and so that's hell for us. For all of our little units. But the Earth Elemental comes in clutch. You basically drop them on top of the tower, like above, on the north side of the tower, to basically pull all the missiles to it. This stage is very problematic too for smaller units because the area around the towers sort of like this poisonous gas that rots small units particularly fast. Even the Earth Elemental itself doesn't actually stay up for that long, but it's important to get these two towers as soon as possible, especially for Murkai, because any units that go up the middle get absolutely destroyed by the two towers. So this is our focus during this fight, was to gain control of the two towers ASAP. Now the boss has this crazy AoE nuke It's sort of like the safe pilot, and it explodes basically for huge damage around its target. So if you send a whole bunch of, you know, tidecallers or small units up the middle, or even on the sides, and the boss tracks them, is able to actually channel and fire at them, it's going to destroy all of your units that you've sent. So right here, we're going to spend a whole bunch of units, a whole bunch of raptors and tidecallers in the middle, and here we go. Quillbore right above the boss, just like the towers, right? Same strategy. Pull the aggro away and watch our units just rip the boss apart. Even without the stealth relic, I think our strategy wouldn't have changed much there. But let's see what we pick here. I believe we're going to pick Airborne Toxin, which gives our flying units poison. In this particular fight, it's not crazy important that we pick that. It might help us with the Molten Giant. But other than that, the damage that you do to this boss primarily comes from these capsules on either side. Now it's important to spawn your ranged units further out, because there is a chance that when when I said ranged units, I meant melee units. You want to spawn your melee units further out, because their pathing might just like send them straight up to the boss without them looking at the outside capsules. So same strategy here. The beauty with Murkai is that he'll spawn his tidecallers on either side for great coverage, and then you want to send your kobold out as often as possible and alternate between the left and right node. By the time you cycle to your kobold, the other node should be full. So we're just gonna send push after push, right? We want a tank. We want to try to get a tank on either side. This boss also has that huge sort of AoE nuke that'll decimate like entire groups of troops that you send in. But with the sort of even pressure on either side, it should be conquered. We see the Organ Mage on this side now. He might have been problematic with a huge push, but fortunately, with the wide number of troops that were spawning, it's easy to sort of distract all these mini units. Alright, the Prowler came in clutch there with the stun, and we're probably just going to clean up here. 2 more capsules should put him to critical. Now the boss does like to use safe pilots on this fight, but fortunately for us, we were just able to overwhelm. And there we go, guys. Easy peasy. Good luck on your dungeon run, and we'll see you in the next one.
Subscribe.